my YouTube, it's your girl Honey. Welcome back. Oh my god, we're starting a whole new series, people. Jupiter through the motherfucking houses. So I thought I'd start with Jupiter being in the first house because this is my placement. Hello. But I thought right now is the time to lift the energy because my channel's been a bit dark over the past couple months because I've just finished off doing Pluto through the houses, which was dark energy, right? So now we're going to just uplift it a little bit. We're coming into Aries season, which is my season again, and I want to just kind of do some happier videos, just cheer up a little bit. I've also started a brand new channel, people, which is going to be more to do with like comedy. I'm going to be doing more interviews and just interacting with the public. It's called Honey Trap TV. Make sure you people subscribe if you fuck with me. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Sagittarius is home to the 9th house. The 9th house represents distant travel, higher learning, foreign culture, cultures, traditions, religion, spirituality, philosophy. Jupiter on the first house. Jupiter is seen as the blessing, is seen as the teacher, the philosopher, the explorer. Jupiter being in the first house is going to contribute to your appearance depending on how close it is to your ascendant, okay? Jupiter, wherever it is, it tends to expand that house. So if you've got Jupiter in your 5th house, you may have loads of kids or you may have a very special child. Jupiter in your 3rd house, you may have loads of siblings. Jupiter in the 1st house, you may have a bit of a belly. It can make you someone who may be a little bit overweight. I can't lie, you know, Jupiter being in this house, my Jupiter's not even that close to my ascendant, to be fair. It's literally right next, like literally 3 orbs away from my 2nd house. And it's in Cancer. My rising is actually in Gemini, okay? But Jupiter being in my house contributes to my weight fluctuation. So people got to realize that your weight may fluctuate at times. You may be a bit heavier, you may be a bit lighter. If you are someone who's not overweight and you have Jupiter on the rising, it tends to be because you may be a Gemini rising or you may be a Virgo rising, because Mercury energy is quite thin, quite slim. If you've got Sagittarius in there, you tend to be quite tall, long arms, long legs, okay? Very nice, slender legs as well. The reason why I struggle with weight gain, all right, is because I have my Jupiter trining my Venus. And aspects and conjunctions make this whole situation very, very different. And me having it trine my Venus makes me someone who overindulges. Unfortunately, look, I will take 2 slices of cake. I'm sorry. There's 1 slice, but I will ask for a 2nd slice because I overindulge, and that's what Jupiter does when it's in aspect to Venus. I'm sorry, it happens, all right? Sagittarius energy, aka Jupiter on the rising, in the 1st house makes you somebody who is funny. You can be a comedian, you can make people laugh, and the reason why this is Jupiter absolutely loves making people happy. Jupiter is also very good at drawing people in towards them. As this is on the rising, and I play a lot on this energy as well, because me being a Gemini rising, I love talking to people, but Jupiter being here makes me someone who's very likable. I love Jupiter because I feel this is what keeps me so optimistic. The amount of things that I've done in my life, honey, okay, and I'm an Aries, my Mars is in Aquarius. I break rules, okay? And Jupiter being in this house, it makes me always see the end goal. You know, I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna get past this. It's not a big deal. Jupiter, honestly, seriously, it makes you feel like you are invincible. It can give you that overconfidence at times, but Jupiter being here does always make you optimistic about any particular situation. And what I love is that me also being an Aries sun, I'm a self-motivating person. And Jupiter on the rising makes you somebody who loves to motivate other people because you're optimistic and you want other people to also be optimistic. You're going to tell people, look, be positive, you're going to get the job, you're going to get this, you're going to make it, be positive, don't worry about it. And that's the wonderful thing about having it in your 1st house, is you are encouraging to everybody. You know what I've got to mention as well in regards to appearance. Now, Jupiter in particular signs can contribute to you having a big something, all right? Now, Jupiter, I've got Jupiter in Cancer, okay, my body, my boobies, I've got big boobies. Jupiter in Sagittarius will contribute to someone who may have long arms, long legs, but very slender, you know, very slender legs, you know, maybe slender body. Jupiter makes you stand the fuck out. Oh my God. how things was for me in school, like I would roll with about 5 friends, and if we was all talking and gossiping or having a laugh in school, if anyone got into trouble, it was always me, because I just stand out. And I don't even mean to. Even there was one place, oh my God, I used to work in social housing, and I deliberately decided to come in to wear black every day because I'm tired of standing out and being noticed by everybody. I can't not get noticed. Jupiter in this house just makes you stand out. You walk into a room, people look at you, people see you, but I'm always saying to people with this placement is you have to learn to embrace this energy. Like, walk into the room.
Hey, oh, what's going on, babes? You're right, yeah, hey.
Like, you walk in and you embrace that fucking energy, because this is what keeps you gassed, and it keeps you happy, and it makes you likable. People love someone who's very confident. I'm so used to people noticing me. I'm used to people staring at me. So now I just embrace the energy. I'm not saying arrogant like in a bad way, but more so just be confident and use that Jupiter to your advantage, because it makes people gravitate towards you. And if you're like me with your Jupiter trines your Venus, conjunct your Venus, sextile your Venus, you're going to be somebody who is easily liked, very popular. Any aspects to Jupiter trine, sextile, conjunctions is going to contribute to that particular placement, that particular planet being expanded. Jupiter in the first house, because you have such a high level of optimism, you're going to be somebody who's able to recover from anything. Like, when I say recover, I mean like you can recover from breakups, you can recover from illnesses, all right? When you get sick, and I'm never sick, I hardly get sick, and if I do get sick, it's a quick thing. I'm never sick for too long. It's just, you know, I feel like Jupiter always brings me back to that level of health and fitness. I've never spent a day in hospital, you know, I've never broken a leg or anything. And this is very similar to Mars being in the first house as well, because Mars is Aries and Mars is very fit, very healthy, and Mars also tends to recover very quickly from illnesses. Now, Jupiter is also the teacher, okay? And I think this is probably my most favorite thing about having Jupiter in my first house, is the fact that I am not, and I'm the first to admit it, I am not the most academically intelligent person. I'm not.
Boom! 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
But Jupiter being here makes me motherfucking knowledgeable. Okay, but you asked me what x equals y square this, I couldn't fucking tell you. Ask me anything to do with the roads, with the streets, with astrology, okay, with spirituality. Jupiter in this house gives you an abundance of common sense, more so than anybody else. It makes you the preacher. It makes you the village fucking elder. The village elder, people. Everyone comes to me for advice. Everyone asks me about this and about that, and I'm talking like such a Sagittarius right now, I know. But this is what happens. I have to just keep it real with you guys. I'm gassed right now, and so should you if you've got Jupiter in your first house. With all of this knowledge that you acquire being a Jupiter in the first house person, this is going to reflect on your children. Because culture, knowledge, research, exploring is so important to you. It brings you to a state of sanity. When it comes to your children, you're going to be someone who is going to raise your kids, and you're going to encourage them. That's a better word. Encourage them to dive deep into their culture, their traditions, spirituality, religion, whatever is your interest. They're going to be so intelligent, because a Jupiter first house person will ensure that their kids will be learning from the things that's very important to them. Jupiter for women, okay, can be seen as the husband on our charts. Mars is more so the boyfriend, the sexual energy. Jupiter represents our husbands, and it tends to be our needs. All right, our Mars is more to do with our wants, but our needs is Jupiter. When your Jupiter falls into the first house, which represents someone who is very knowledgeable, I need to be with you, Jupiter first house person. You need to be with a man who is extremely knowledgeable, has an element of aggressiveness to him, assertiveness, This is the first house is home to Aries. It's got to have these Aries qualities, but someone who is knowledgeable. You may meet him in a gym, at a sporting event. You also, to be fair, you do have to look at Venus and Jupiter to kind of see how they interact with each other, what house is Jupiter and what house is Venus, and it all kind of works together. But you know, Jupiter being in this house, you have to be with somebody who is knowledgeable. Really appreciate a man who is the village elder as well, someone who can teach me things. You know, I love a man who's knowledgeable and who can teach me things, and not just a guy who looks good. So people, that is my Jupiter in the first house. I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed it. I will see you on the next one, people. Take care.